You know what I mean? Even if we're not talking, even if it seems like whatever, like even if she don't fuck with me like that, like that's my sister, that's my mom, that's my fucking dad. Like I will literally take a bullet for them. Like I will literally shoot a motherfucker in the face and do the 20 years. I will shoot somebody in the head 40 fucking times, empty out the whole shit in broad daylight and do the fucking, I'll spend the rest of my shit on death row. I don't give a fuck.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of Fixing the Fucking Microphone when it fucking goes down. It's going down. Meet me at the mall. It's going down. Meet me anywhere. I guarantee the mic is going fucking down again and again. But you know the intro. You hear the song all the time. It's your boy, Mr. Nine Times. Yeah, man. So really, this is the last fucking podcast episode. I want to get all my notes out of the way, right? So just basic recap of the week. I've been working in a downtown LA. I don't want to blow the spot up because I don't need shit coming back on me, right? I've been working downtown next to my dad and shit. My dad took me to Eastside Deli in Chinatown last Friday. It was really fucking bomb. I feel like the mic thing is still going fucking down, right? It's going down. Fucking going. Yeah, it's going down. Yeah. So what we're going to do is throw you in the fucking garbage because you don't want to work anymore. Look at this shit, bruh. Holy fuck. God damn, man. Anybody want a new fucking microphone that's gonna work? New mic stand that's gonna... Not you, baby. You're my baby right here. But this fucking mic stand is pissing me off. Every episode, we're gonna go in chronological fucking order on why I need a fucking new mic stand. I want it right here, my fucking face. Pause. No diddy, bruh. Straight the fuck up. Straight like that. I like it like this. I like it like that. Big booty bitches bouncing in the back, right? Freestyle. Totally, because look at this shit. It completely ruins the fucking whole momentum of what the fuck I want to say. So, last week, my dad took me to Eastside Deli. Eastside Deli is probably the best Italian food place spot I've ever been to, and it's fucking hot. I just went for my walk, got my haircut by the homie. Shout out to fucking Carlos. So I'm gonna take the hat off real quick, representing. You know what I mean? Old Town, from the Old Town. We could go down 4 pound, blow your trap spot. It's a ghost town. If you know that song, comment what song that is, because I bet you nine out of 10 people are not gonna get that one. They're not gonna know where that's from. I bet you. I promise you. I'll give you $100. You can't figure it out within 9 days. So, Eastside Deli, one of the best. It's the best Italian spot I've ever been to. Fire, just very fresh. Like everything tastes fresh. The fucking bread to the lettuce, tomatoes, everything. Fire, you know what I mean? Turkey sandwich is fucking chef's kiss. And the mommy that works there, chef's kiss. The cannoli, chef's kiss. You dig? It was fire, man. And the only thing that wasn't fire though was about 3 sandwiches, 3 cannolis, and 3 drinks was like $78. That's dog. That's not. I can't get jiggy with that shit, bruh. I can't. I don't give a fuck if we're in Chinatown or in LA, but that shit is crazy, bruh. That's the only shit about eating somewhere that's like really good, because you could. I'm not saying you could find better like food that's that good at better prices. You probably definitely can't. But come on, dog. Like, if I know how to make all this shit myself, I would do it. But then here we go, first world problems. Like, if you could, you would, right? So I totally understand. But anyway, I don't want to shit on them. Eastside Deli, very, very fucking bomb. And I'm blowing the spot up only because I'm not gonna be eating there, and it's already like the line is already long and all that shit. So yeah, just bomb. Completed, almost done with my training. As far as like being at work training, now I got to do like the other training that they have, which is like super cool. Like I don't have to exhaust myself with really what's getting me exhausted is the schedule. I'm used to second shift. I'm not used to first shift. I'm not used to waking up at 3 in the fucking morning. I've never done that. The earliest I think I've ever woke up was 4. I would leave the house at 4:30 and I would be in Redlands by 5:20 at the latest. And I would clock in at 6. I would just wait in my car. Now I'm waking up at 3:20 to leave the house by 4:30 to get there at 5, and I clock in at 5:30. So, you know, I just leave myself a lot of space, you know, to get to work, to, you know, whatever. Like, you just never know. You always want to leave that padding, that cushion, like in case there's a freak accident, they're doing construction, you suicide jumper off the bridge, whatever the fuck they need to do. I need a towel, man, because I'm fucking over here. I literally went for a pretty good walk with Presley, and we came back, and he's like probably already snoozing and shit. But, you know, here I go making my fucking whole corona and shit over here hot again with the fucking hat. But that's all right. Like, I'll sweat through this hat and get another one because I'm fucking O-Town all day. So it's just been a pretty good week, man. I'm not gonna lie. I thank God. Everything it seems to be going on very well in my life. Gemini season's blessings are carrying over to Cancer season's blessings. And I will say this season seems very, very calm. A major factor of that is my grandmother. I don't know if I spoke on this. I don't think I did. My grandmother went back to Mexico. The deal was, my mom has 5 other sisters, which is interesting because my abuelita Paco had 6 sons. My abuelita Lola had 6 daughters. You know, you got my dad, June, George, Chava, Rick, and Frank. And then my mom, you got my mom, Georgina, Trini, Chepina, Carmen, and Mago. With my mom and their whole... The deal was, I thought my grandma was gonna stay here. And this is why I didn't like the camera this way, because you can't see me tap the fucking... Whatever, it's fine. I'm gonna just do this, so... the hand movements. The deal was, my grandma was gonna stay here till the end of her life. That's what we were all under the presumption of. But due to my grandmother's rapidly declining mental health, that's not a possibility for her to live here in America with us, because what was happening was, for a while, my grandmother was staying here. My tia Trini was taking care of her. My mom was still going to work, and my dad was working, and I was working. So it was only my tia Trini that was able to do it. Around last summer, around that summertime, like let's say August, my tia Carmen had moved out and got a new house. My tia Trini and my grandmother moved in with them, and it was a back and forth thing. So my tia Trini would take care of my grandmother. And I don't know if you guys know or remember, but my tia Trini was on the podcast. She was like the translator for the episode with me and my grandmother, my abuelita Lola. So my tia Trini would take care of my grandmother Thursday. And here goes my tia Trini fucking... She's sending me videos of like fishes getting cut open. I'm like, tia, I don't care. Like, I'm not a big fish guy. I'm not a big seafood person. Number one, it's fucking expensive. And number two, it's just kind of like, I don't really like ceviche, lobster. Like, crab cakes are cool, but it's not something I crave all the time. Like, even fish tacos, like fish tacos are bomb as fuck to me. Shout out to Moby Ricks. But I'm just not a seafood guy, like marisco, shit like that, shrimp cocktails. I think what it was is my mom loves seafood, like way more than me at least. And I just don't, I guess for that reason, I just had one too many cocktails de camarón and shit. So I don't smoke with it. You know what I mean? Going back to the schedule, my mom would take care of my grandmother Monday through Wednesday. My tia Trini, most of the time it was like Thursday through Sunday, and then that's how they would rotate it. Then my tia Georgina would take care of my grandmother Saturday, Sunday, but it just, my grandmother got worse. My grandmother just like experiences hallucinations and her mind is gone. Like she'll call, like I think I said this before, but she would call me my cousin, like Andres. Andres is a fucking teenager. You know, I think I'm like 12 years older than him. Yeah, like I'm like 12 years older than him, around there. Like she would mistake me for him, or like she would say things like, oh, there's people that want to break in the house. And then my fucking mom would tell her, oh yeah, we have guns so we could shoot them, or like we killed them already, or we got them the fuck out of here. I'm like, Mom, why are you telling her that? You know, like dealing with dementia, half of it, dealing with anybody who has mental issues, half of it is how you respond to them. And I would tell my mom, like, you can't be telling her this shit, bro. Like, why are you yelling at my grandmother? You know, my mom, I'll never forget this shit. And I won't say a lot of how she would handle my grandmother. She totally dropped the ball. Like, it reminded me so much of how my mom would discipline me as a kid. And just seeing that shit, it would literally get me mad. And I'd be like, yo, stop yelling at my grandmother. You know what I mean? Like, just stop, bro. Like, you're making this worse. And I told my mom, literally, this is what's happening. Grandma's fucking confused. She doesn't know where she is. You get frustrated and you start yelling and you start being loud with my grandmother, which makes her even more confused. Then she gets angry. And literally, it doesn't help out anybody just because of the way you choose to handle these fucking situations. And my mom understands, but she don't understand all the way because she just lets the shit get to her, which I totally understand. I'm not saying it's easy. It's very difficult, but it's just like when you take care of a person with mental disabilities, bro, you gotta be A1. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'll take care of them. You know, and I understand, like, my mom is the default, like, if my mom's not going to take care of her, no one is, you know what I mean? We can't afford a fucking caretaker. We already have that for my other grandmother, right? I understand it's a hard job, but guess what, bro? You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to take care of her. And then you're not, because you're not taking care of her at that point when you're like, no, you like, stop, like, you know, like, stop talking already. Like, the shit my mom would say would be like, stop, just stop already. Yeah, I don't want to hear you anymore. And my grandmother would literally look at me and she would be mad as fuck. And she'd be like, she'd look at me and like point to my mom. And she'd be like, oh, like I fucking hate that she gets all crazy. And I'd look at her and I'd be like, I know she's out of her fucking mind. You know what I mean? Like, I would say shit like that to try to alleviate, because number one, I have anxiety. I got to deal with anxiety as it is. My mom, like, that whole shit with my mom and my grandmother being here together, that shit would put my anxiety at like astronomical levels at certain times, to where I literally wouldn't be, I would just be in my room, like old school style. When I was super depressed, I would just lock myself in my room and like listen to music. But I would just eat in my room, watch TV in my room, not really come out. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of thankful that my grandmother's going back to Mexico. I'm not even going to lie, guys, just because, like, just so, like, this is going to sound fucked up. Just so my mom and, like, just so we don't have to deal with her in that it's hard, bro. All the people who have dealt with any shit like this, like, y'all know how it is, bro. Like, you just feel like giving up at times. You just feel like, fuck, like, this is never gonna fucking end. There's no fucking happy ending to this story, because I'm literally, this is also gonna sound fucked up. I'm literally praying that one of these days my grandma, like God just, like, I'm just gonna do this shit right here. That God just takes my grandmother in her sleep peacefully, because, bro, like, my grandmother, she fucking woke up in the middle of the night. She tripped and she broke her fucking arm. And then my mom, like, and then, like, she fell like 3 more times. I had to help her up, and like, literally, she couldn't help herself up. Like, whether she didn't want to or she didn't know, like, whatever, like, that shit fucked that was literally, like, I think one time she fell, I was gonna go to work, and then when she fell and we had to get her off of the floor, me and my mom, which was like, it unlocked a whole new level of trauma in my fucking psyche that I compartmentalized, and I literally went for my walk, and it fucked my whole mood up for the day, So this is like the first time I've ever talked about this right now, and it's bugged out, right? So the fact that my grandma is in Mexico right now, and I already know my tia Mago hates it, because my Mago was already taking care of my grandmother, and my grandmother, like, that's where it started, the whole aggression and all that. And my tia Mago, we would bring up my grandmother, like, hey, like, do you miss grandma and shit? And she would just get quiet, and she just didn't want to talk about it, because my tia Mago, she's special too. I don't know if it's autism. I don't know what it is. I don't know too much about my tia Mago. I would love to talk to my mom about it. I would say, but just to be fair, I feel like my tia Mago came out way better than all my other tias. Just for the simple fact that my tia Mago, she's very like a kid. Like, she's still like, I don't know if they call that autism. I wouldn't say it's autism. I'm not a fucking doctor, but she plays little like, she's deep in her 50s, and she still like plays little kid pranks where she makes like farting noises. Like, she'll poke some, you know what I mean? And like fucking laugh about it and shit. Like, versus like my mom is fucking crazy, bro. And with all due respect, I love my mom to death. Like, that's my girl forever. You know what I mean? Not in that way. You know what I mean? That's my number one. That's, forever. But my mom is psychotic at times, and it really fucks with me at times. Like, I'll literally not want to talk to her or be around her. And it's scary, because she'll be hot and cold. Like, she won't even know that she's being extra. And then to like combat that, she'll be like, oh, okay. Like, to be like, to make up for that and be sorry about it, she'll be like, oh, come here, I want to kiss, I want to hug. And I'm like, no, get the fuck away from me. You're fucking crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Now, I won't say that to her, but I'll be like, no, I don't feel like it. I don't like the whole, you're not making me feel welcome. So I got to welcome myself the fuck away from you, Shit like that, man. Family dynamics are crazy, and I don't really like doing this. I don't like putting my business out and shit like that. It's just more so like, if I don't talk about shit like this, I'm gonna go fucking crazy, So I'm gonna try to not be emotional about it, but I just like pray to God that my grandmother is good, that she, everything works out. I know for a fact that as time progresses, it's not gonna be like that. It's totally like my mom, Trini, Georgina, my tia Carmen, they were all switching my grandmother around on the schedules, and they couldn't handle it. Now my tia Chipina stays in the house, and my tia Mago stays in the house. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm really hoping for the best and prepared for the worst. I don't know what's gonna go on. Literally, the thing with death, the thing with life is it's very unpredictable, and no two deaths are the same, right? And dealing with it is a whole heap of shit on its own. The only death, and this is like taboo, the way I talk about, like the way I'm even talking, I already know like a lot of people aren't gonna understand, and a lot of people aren't really gonna understand some of the views I have and shit. But me, bro, 3 of my best friends died before I was fucking 21. So that puts a deep perspective on just life in general. If you've never been through that, you won't fucking know dick about what I'm talking about. When my tia Pati passed away, she lived a great life. She had a lot of family that loved her. As a matter of fact, when she passed away, it was the most amount of people I've ever seen in a fucking funeral. There must have been a fucking whole a grip of people, bro. A shitload of fucking people. I love my tia Pati. I love you. Rest in peace. I've never seen that many people at a funeral, and it's not because it's not because they were there, because they were like a sympathy condolence or whatever. Like, people love my tia Pati, bro, and her health was failing, and she had a bunch of shit. So the way I handled it was, I'm glad she passed away because she was going through a lot of pain. And the reason why I said I hope that I pray to God that my grandmother passes away peacefully in her sleep is not because I wish death on my own fucking family. It's because my grandmother is living in a fucking mental psychosis every fucking day, and she probably doesn't even know that or understand that because her brain is broken into fucking pieces. And I was telling my mom, do they have like euthanasia and shit like that? And my mom was like, well, it's reserved for like people who are like already terminal, right? And she was saying it's unethical and all this shit, and I'm like, what the fuck is ethical, bro? It's ethical to drop bombs on motherfuckers during war? Like, I don't understand this shit, right? Oh shit, that shit was loud as a bitch. What's up? Turn this shit on silent. Right? So, yeah. So my tia Pati, I was just glad that her pain was ending, and that's where it really comes from. Like, I don't like my grandma Paco, she's good. She just forgets shit, right? There's no I don't wish any types of nothing to happen to her soon because she's still good. My abuelita Lola is literally not on this reality that we're in. Whether that's right or wrong, whether I'm a dickhead for having these views, I don't give a fuck about how you feel, right? Respectfully. My tia Pati, she was literally in the hospital for like the longest time before she passed away. What kind of life is that? You know? And my mom's even said it too. Like, I just hope that, you know, God bless that it just happens quick or whatever, sooner rather than later. You know, it's just very interesting when life has an interesting way of saying, this is why you need to appreciate every day, because this could be you. And dementia and Alzheimer's is hereditary, bro. That, like, I'm literally looking like that could be me. Like, the wheel of misfortune or whatever the fuck, that shit could hit me. It could hit my dad. It could hit my sister. It could hit my mom. And then fucking what? You know what I mean? Do I really want to live life holding grudges against my mom, my dad, or my sister? Do I really want to live my life having these, being negative around them and all that shit? I don't, because that shit weighs down on you. You know what I mean? I'm not talking to my sister right now, but I know if anything were to happen to her or any like crazy shit like that, I'd be the first one to fucking pick up the phone for her. You know what I mean? Even if we're not talking, even if it seems like whatever, like even if she don't fuck with me like that, like that's my sister, that's my mom, that's my fucking dad. Like, I will literally take a bullet for them. Like, I will literally shoot a motherfucker in the face and do the 20 years. I will shoot I will shoot somebody in the head 40 fucking times, empty out the whole shit in broad daylight, and do the fucking, I'll spend the rest of my shit on death row. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's how strong I feel about my family. That's how much love I have for my family. It's not because I want to be a fucking tough guy. It's not because whatever the fuck. It's because that's truly how I feel. I don't fuck around when it comes to my family. So that's just kind of like a little life update. I feel like I had to get a lot of that shit out of my chest. I'm like really emotional right now. I just pray to God. I hope God takes, and I know my God will take care of my grandmother, but just like, I just hope that there's a positive closing to whatever the fuck it needs to happen, right? So that's been going on, and tomorrow I got the podcast with the homegirl Two Souls. Shout out to Two Souls. We're doing the Triple Shot Tuesday video, and I still haven't wrote the fucking freestyle. So I think at this point, I'm just going to pull a verse out from wherever, and then when they ask me to freestyle, I was going to write a whole new freestyle, but no, I'm not. Like, at this point, it's too fucking late. Like, it's already not even, it's like in hours, not even in the whole day. Like, it's in hours, you know what I mean? So I'm going to have to pull a verse out of the hat. Got a lot of things lined up, and I didn't expect it to be this deep, guys. I was just gonna talk shit about my topics, and great, awesome. This is why I don't have this phone anymore. It's too fucking big. I don't like this shit. I can't even pick it up. It'll fall out of my fucking hands like a bag of flapjacks. Check this out. You can't name your albums after existing albums. I've seen albums called The Bigger Picture, Illmatic 2.0, whatever the fuck it is, right? Lifestyles of the Dangerously Poor, whatever. Guys, you're not the legends, bro. Legends don't copy other legends. Legends are original. You're an asshole for coming out with albums that are the pre-existing albums. Now check this out. You can have a generic ass album name, and that's fine. The Lost Tapes. Okay, Nas got the Lost Tapes. That's fine if you have the Lost Tapes or unreleased volume, whatever the fuck. Everyone, like, that's a generic name. But if you have an album called Ready to Die, and trust me, I've tiptoed on the line too. I got an album called Life and Death. My cousin, shout out to KO, he was like, bruh, Biggie already got that album name. He has Life After Death. This is Life and Death. Tiptoeing on the same album, kind of the same kind of premises. It's not the same though, right? It's different. But if you coming out with an album called The Bigger Picture, I hope you get bitch slapped. Like, seriously. Because you can't hold a candle to Big L. I'm sorry. Big L is one of the greatest rappers of all time. He's in my top 10. Don't ask me where. There's too many rappers to name. But Big L coming up was the GOAT, bruh. I mean, no one can fuck with Big L on any fucking level. From the beats, the songs, the hooks, the writing, everything, bro. There's no reason why you should have an album name, like an album called Illmatic. Do not ever come out with an album called End of the Stage, fucking Midnight Marauders, like classic albums that need to be respected. And it's just like the whole graffiti shit. When you see like a dope piece and you put your fucking lame ass tag over it, you deserve to get crossed out. Like, that's how I feel about it, because you're a fucking toy. You don't understand the rules of the game and you don't care. And I understand, like, the young bucks, they never give a fuck about tradition and yada, yada, yada. But, I mean, that's my opinion, right? There's this book I was reading called Havana Nocturne. I'm big on audiobooks. I don't like reading books. You dig? Like, I'm not... Because what I found is, like, my mind wanders, you know? I'll be reading a book and fucking halfway through the page, I'll start thinking about bullshit. Oh, fucking, when did pancakes get invented? Are Is strawberry jam better than grape jam? I don't have grape jam. I gotta go to the store. And then before you know it, my eyes have been scanning the whole page, but I didn't even really read any of this shit because I'm thinking about fucking strawberries and grape jam. You know what I mean? So audiobooks are way better. Havana Nocturne is about the mafia in Havana. How it was like a cash cow for organized crime. Really dope. I love the Lucky Luciano and fucking Meyer Lansky. They talked about Bugsy Siegel. They tied it in with like Vegas, gambling. Awesome book. I just thought it was really boring at times. The times where they were talking about Frank Sinatra and Lucky Luciano, those were my favorite times in the books. But it's kind of raunchy and or actually I should say sexually explicit. And I'm going for my walks in the morning while I'm listening to the audiobook. And bro, while I'm walking, they're talking about prostitutes with big titties and Superman and his big old fucking monkey dick and all this shit. And I'm like, no diddy. And I'm walking and I'm literally listening to it out loud, right? And I'm walking around while there's like fucking like people outside, and I'm like, you know, for the most part, it's like very informative, you know, bolitero spots were happening in this time tied to like Santo Traficante, and you know, it's very informative. It's never positive when I'm around people. Right when I get around somebody walking their fucking dog, that's when they'll talk about in the bosoms of the big-breasted Maribela, you know, and her titties were swinging and her pussy was fat, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm like literally like having to put the volume all the way down and put it in my ear as I'm walking and shit. And I'm like, great. It's never like no informative shit when I'm walking around other people. It's always something about fucking balls or like sex or some shit like that. So yeah, I'll give Havana Nocturne a solid 7 out of 10. If you like one of them informative, it's like a History Channel episode, but like the fuck? That's the video game. You hear that shit? It was like a fucking like a wolf howling or some shit. Havana Nocturne, I'll give it a solid 7. That was really. I should have muted my TV. That shit's throwing me way the fuck off. I don't know how I didn't even listen to that until now. Yeah, Havana Nocturne's a real good book. I got into TJ English. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast with Joey Diaz. That's how I heard about it. Now I want to buy The Corporation. I want to buy Joey Diaz's book. Tom Segura has a book. As long as they have audiobooks and they actually do it, because TJ didn't do his narrating, which I thought was lame. He has like a good raspy, gruff voice that I feel like would be very dope. I want to listen to the infamous My Infamous Life by Prodigy again. He was very entertaining, very storytelling. Like that's a book I like, where it's just like, you know, December 12th, 1982. We was outside of the club of the tunnel. I had a 9mm strap right next to my boxers and 2 magazines in my book right outside of the club. The shots rang off. Pa, pa, pa. I start running. Oh, shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just super, like, Prodigy breaks it. You're like, God damn. I'm like, Prodigy, what the fuck? Like, it really brings you into the book. You know what I mean? So, shout out to audiobooks out there. Where do we go? 50 Cent said he was getting paid $17,000 an episode of Power for the first 3 seasons. I think that's crazy. If you ever look at the first season of Power, it don't look like that. It looked like from the jump they had a big budget. The writing was pretty fucking good. The acting was pretty good for $17,000 an episode. Wait, that's kind of confusing. Was 50 getting paid $17,000, or how much was the budget? I don't know, but he said he was making $17,000 an episode. Is that after he's paying like all the actors and expenses and all that shit? Probably, but let's just say even at that, that's not a lot of money, guys. Like you're working like 18-hour days and shit when you're working on like films and shit like that. So shout out to 50, bruh. Ghost is getting really good, guys. Ghost. Episode 5 just came out. I just watched episode 4, I think yesterday. fire, bruh. Like, why did it take Ghost this long for it to get good? You know what I mean? The writing was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't understand. Power was like that too, where it was like the 4th to 5th season was like, what the fuck am I watching? But by the end, it sold up real nicely. I don't know what the fuck is going on. BMF was like, fucking this shit was trash from like the end of the 2nd season and shit. But Ghost is really good. Spoiler alert, I like that Kane, he talked about how he felt with like his dad and feeling like he was never good enough. Diana probably being pregnant by Tariq. What I thought was gonna happen was, I thought, what I think. So Diana was pregnant. Obviously, we knew it was gonna be Ghost, but I thought, no. What I thought she was gonna get pregnant by the other African dude, and I thought it was gonna be his. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. I think what I said, I think what I thought was probably gonna turn out to be happening, but now I don't even know. Now I don't even remember. I'm trying to think about what I thought and say it at the same time. So let me like just think about it real quick, what I thought was gonna happen. And it's not even that important. Tariq with the fucking, it was gonna be his baby. I don't know. Now I don't even know. But to be honest with you, let's just say I thought this, right? Because we're already wasting fucking time. The fucking African dude, let's just say it's his kid, right? Tariq killed the, oh shit, super spoiler. Tariq kills the dude, right? Diana's gonna have to tell Tariq that he's the father, but what if he's really not? What if he's the African dude? I don't think that's gonna happen. Monet, she comes to grips that she's like a shitty ass mother. Like, it's about fucking time, you know. You couldn't have gone like a psychosis throughout this whole time without knowing you're fucking weird or you're crazy. So it's getting really good. I want to see where it goes because this ties into Force. We still got to know where Tariq's mom's at and shooting at Monet, how they're going to squash it and how they're going to piece it up. So Ghost is getting really good. Finally, 50. Fine a fucking leave, man. I don't know if you're trying to leave stars, but you're leaving them with on a good note, man. I've been seeing nicotine ads with kids, right? And it's like a message to the kids: don't smoke nicotine. Nicotine is bad. You die. You're not, yada, 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 right? But check this out. Nicotine ain't the problem, guys. It's the fucking parents that are teaching unhealthy coping mechanisms to their children. Because guess what? I never smoked cigarettes because my parents didn't. When I see my sister smoke cigarettes, I started smoking cigarettes because of that. It's enabling. It's fucking what you see and what you don't see. My dad was a mino borracho. My mom was a mino borracha. That's what I became because that was the environment I was around. And it's unhealthy coping mechanisms, guys. How you deal with the world. Are you gonna drown your sorrows out with whatever the fuck it is and pass that on to your kids, or what is it, bro? And fuck these nicotine ads with kids in them because they're just spreading misinformation. Kids aren't the fucking problem. Kids smoking isn't the problem. It's their environment. It's their influences, their parents, their legal guardians, whoever it is. Like, cigarettes never kill nobody. My bad. Cigarettes killed a lot of motherfuckers out there. They're going to clip this up. This full serves as an idiot. Fuck you too, bitch. What I mean is teaching our kids how to deal with life is the issue. It's not cigarettes. I see cigarettes and alcohol every fucking day when I go to the store. I've never. The only reason I bought a bottle of Jameson recently, it's not even for me. It's because I'm gonna do the Triple Shot Tuesday show with Two Souls. Shout out to her. I'm not drinking that shit. As a matter of fact, I brought pomegranate juice, and I'll explain why if you go watch that podcast. Why I brought pomegranate juice. I'm not fucking smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol. Ew, brother, ew. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, women that drink and smoke and shit, I find that unattractive. I don't give a fuck how anybody feels. I don't think it's attractive at all. To be partying and be fucking the real wicked wino out here, still, I don't find that attractive. I want to be part of a power couple. I want to be with an alpha female. I want a girl that knows what. I want a woman that's a beautiful woman that can style herself, that knows what the fuck she's doing in her life, and is playing no games. That's what I want in my woman. You know what I mean? The dudes that are out here that are still getting fucked up and they drag other people with them, or they enable their women to do that, it's just like you got a lot to learn, young blood, because I feel like you're a fucking moron. The 12-step program, they always say like I'm an addict. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers could be sober 20 years. I'm an addict, guys. I'm an addict. Guess what? I'm not an addict. My past doesn't define me, bro. You can't fucking make me sit here with all you other fucking pendejos that haven't figured your life out, that need fucking support groups. And I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying everyone needs something. But I'm not going to go around talking about, hey, I'm addicted. No, I'm not. Yeah, maybe I jerk off too much, or I fucking eat chips all fucking day, or whatever the fuck. Guess what, guy? That's different from putting a fucking needle in your arm and heating a spoon up somewhere at a fucking Texaco gas station or something at 2 a.m. Very fucking different. Me eating 2 whole bags of chips by myself in like 2 hours is very different from fucking hiding in a basement and smoking crack all night. You know what I mean? Very different. I'm not addicted. I just had to say that because I think 12-step programs are fucking kind of wildin'. Because like the first step to me getting sober was me not doing fucking alcohol or smoking weed. That's literally it's one fucking step. Maybe one step at a time, right? But literally it's just like 12-step programs are just, I get it. Like everyone needs something, but I'm always evolving. You can't try to pigeonhole me and box me in, oh, this is Serbs. This is what he did, so this is what he is forever. Now, if you're a snitch, that's a different story. But, I mean, I still understand that. But guess what, guys? Someone can lie on you. It's happened to me before. And people will define you their whole fucking lives off of some shit that wasn't even true. So, fuck all y'all. Let's see. Plastic scrappers, right? Recycling. There's people who have like picked recycling from our trash and shit, and guess what? We recycle. I recycle for the family and shit. Don't go around picking the trash, bro. Like, I understand, but bro, like that's like, I don't know, man. That's next level, bro. Please don't pick the fucking trash. I think it's weird. Get the fuck out of here. I literally went for my walk and I notice everything. I see a truck pull up next to these cans, and I hear like you know when you hear the clinking and clacking of like bottles, like, you know, when you do recycling, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. What are these guys doing? And I notice it's a motherfucker with a headlight, and he has like the pico, and he's putting like cans and shit from the neighbor's can into his plastic bag, and I just look at this fool, and he look at me, and about like 2 minutes later they left. It's like, and I never seen them again. So I'm like, bro, like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I understand why they do it. Desperate times call for desperate measures. But, bro, get the fuck up and hustle, bro. Like, I don't know. I feel like a dickhead for saying that because some people are stuck and they're not making enough. But, like, bro, like, that shit, like, instead of you taking the easy route out and taking from other people or trying to pull a jack move and shit like that, bro, like, get the fuck up and, like, apply yourself and get yourself out of that position. I didn't like working at FedEx. Guess what? I applied over here. I waited a long fucking time to get into this job, this way better job. And now I'm fucking here. You know what I mean? I understand if you got to do what you got to do to maintain your life, go ahead. I'm not going to judge nobody. But what I'm trying to say is if you're in a fucking vulnerable position, get the fuck up and do something about it, right? Let's see. Let's just fire off. Don't be DMing me to collab. And don't try to collab with me. I've been wanting models for Imperial Apparel, excuse me. check this out. If you're a model out here and I hit you up and you don't answer me and all this shit, you're a fucking idiot. Straight like that. I don't give a fuck who you are. Because in your bio, it says DM to collab. I'm trying to hit you with like a very genuine offer. Hey, what's your price? I would like you to model for me. And you just ghost me like that? Well, you're a fucking dummy, bro. And your bio should go DM for collaborative time-wasting bullshit. Because that's really what you're doing out here. And it goes back to check this out. Hey, man, I heard you follow what's her face? Or what's his face? Do they know how to model or whatever? No, they can't model because I DM'd them and guess what? They didn't want to model or they just dubbed me and shit like that. So I'll shoot them some bail. Maybe my brand isn't something you would want to support or model for. Just say that. Open communication. Let's open the dialogue. Hey, I appreciate the offer. I do not want to be represented by your brand. Fine. That's totally great. I totally understand. No harm, no foul. But if you're going to like ghost me and you got DM to collab, how about DM to get fucking 2 fingers up your ass, you stupid ass bitch. Let's see. What else? I could tell when people think I'm dumb. Newsflash. I'm a very, very, very cerebral. I do not just because I don't say shit don't mean I don't see shit, understand shit, right? I'm very to myself, especially with people that I don't fuck with, right? So you might think I'm stupid because I don't say things or shit like that, like I don't speak up. But guess what, guy? I seen that shit, and you might think I'm fucking dumb, but what's even funnier is you don't know that I think you're a fucking idiot, straight like that. You're a moron. You're a moron for thinking I'm an idiot when I know that, like, oh, fuck, I'm confusing myself. You're an idiot for thinking that I'm an idiot when I think you're an idiot and you don't know that. Bas. You know what I mean? Yeah. So people who are ignorant and stupid, stop with the bullshit. Let's see. Nobody's courteous anymore. I be around places, there's no excuse me, hello, how you doing? Nobody's joking anymore. Like I be places and shit, and like some fool, like they brush past me and shit to get somewhere or whatever the fuck. I'm like, damn, dog, like fuck, like there's no excuse me. They'll just look at me. You know? When I was going to buy chips at the grocery store, there was somebody behind me, and I was like, let me get some chips real quick. I get out of the line real quick just to go like around the corner of the aisle, grab the chips. I come back. This fucking asshole cut me in line because he just had like one Gatorade. I don't give a fuck if you have one fucking bottle of formula or estrogen or whatever fucking bullshit you're buying. I was in the fucking front of the line in front of you, you fucking idiot. When I tell you I'm going to get some chips real quick, you chill the fuck back and you let me get my shit because that's what's called being courteous and respectful. But these fucking assholes out here that were never raised right, never knew how to wipe their ass in the right directions, walking around with shit in their diapers and all that shit, it's fucking annoying. So yeah, don't get me out of character and won't start none, won't be none, right? Be courteous, man. Be fucking courteous. Let's see what else we got. Adamant about business, man. Dealing with yourself and others' personalities, you know. Being naive, I was young, not persistent enough in music, and I just didn't know how to deal with people. You got to know how to deal with people, bro. Whenever you're selling something, you're in business, you got to know how to deal with people. You can't just ghost people. You can't just be like, my way or the highway. You got to be, there's got to be a give and take with business. You know what I mean? And you got to be adamant about it. If you want a feature from me, I'll do a feature from you. But you got to like be upfront about it. Hey, man, I need it by this time. I'll give you this, offer this. Like, be very like on point with your dealing. Don't just be like, oh yeah, like throw it on me like, oh yeah, I hit this fool Serbs up for a feature and this fool never got back. Yeah, no shit, I didn't get back because You didn't hit me with a price. You didn't hit me with a date. You didn't hit me with a time. So guess what? That's on your stupid ass because I'm not on your time, bro. I'm on Big Sur. I'm on God's hour time, bro. I'm on fucking real homie time. You know what I mean? The world don't revolve around you, my friend. So the better you get at business and dealing with other people, the better everyone's gonna fucking be. Especially you, man. You want to make money? You want to feature for me, bro? Guess what? It's not my job to do that for you. Guess what? Shout out to homie George, Jorge Kema. That's a good homie right there. I told him, guess what? My schedule's going to be a little busy. Fucking, you can record your verse or whatever at my crib. It's no issues, bro. I left the door open for him. Boom. Had I just been like, you want to do a song with me? Well, leave it at that. Like, no, bro. Like, yo, George, homie, I need you on this song. I'll shoot you some beats. You want to rap on them? Boom. He rapped on them. He got it down. He needs someone to record. Guess what, George? Come through to my crib. I'm free on the weekends. But, that's as far as I could go because I'm not a fucking fly to this. I'm not going to fucking hitch a Uber with the whole studio to his house. Like, I've already made him an offer. And just being adamant like that, like, bro, like, meet me halfway, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm not telling George, like, meet me halfway. I'm just saying, like, for people who want to do business with me, that's how I do business. Like, be professional about it. That's the fucking word, the fucking magical, like the fucking, the word of the day is fucking be professional, bruh. Let's see. Yeah, I was young and not persistent enough in music. And bro, literally, I could have worked with Briz Rothstein because, like, I had some, like, literally, Pocket Rocket changed that beat. Briz could have rapped over that. I could have been a fucking Briz Rothstein feature, like, years ago. And just different shit like that. You know what I mean? I was at the mall, and I'm playing Pokemon with the homie, Dub. Shout out to homie Dub. He was on the program. But before, no, I was with my dad. And I smell weed and shit, right? I'm like, someone's smoking weed. And I look over and this fool's hitting the pipa. His son is like in the back seat, in the car seat. And I want to tell this fool, I wanted to go up to him and be like, hey, bro, you think it's cool that you're fucking smoking weed in a car with your son who's like 6 years old? Bro, I wanted to fucking beat his ass when I seen that shit. Because guess what, guy? I don't give a fuck if you drink, smoke. I don't give a fuck if you shoot heroin. Do not involve the kids because I will pistol whip you into a fucking coma if that's what needs to happen, bro. Like, that's how much it fucks with me that people are so fucking stupid. And it's just a little weed, man. Like, no, it's not, bro. It's not a bunch of... This shit will get you fucked up, and these kids' brains are still developing. I don't give a fuck if it's never killed anyone. I don't give a fuck if they've gassed fucking chimpanzees up the ass with all these fucking chronic smoke vapors and nothing happened, bro. It's all a choice, bro. You're choosing to intoxicate your own child with your bullshit. So I might have to intoxicate your head with a fucking barrel. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. And it goes back to the parents and all that. Like, bro, like, get the fuck out of here, bro, with your choices. You know what I mean? Your negative choices that are literally affecting the lives of everybody else, bro. And people don't even see it that way. Am I have sweat stains on my shit already? I think I do. Fuck it. Still balling. Let me see. I want to end it on wrestling. So today was Money in the Bank. Great match. I mean, great matches. You know what I mean? I've never seen a Money in the Bank the women's Money in the Bank. Shout out to Tiffany Stratton. She's one of the sexiest butterface wet eyes I've ever seen ever. She's like awesome. Chelsea Green, she's fine. What's her name? Io Sky, bro. She's my favorite woman wrestler right now. The Bailey versus the big girl. I didn't like that match, man. Bailey can't wrestle, bro. I don't know what the fuck she's doing. Yeah, Bailey's just like, she's not a good wrestler to me. Like, I see her and I'm like, literally, she's getting carried. When she fucking won against Io Sky, I'm like, there's no way she's winning. She's fucking dog shit in this match. She lost. She literally has one of the worst WrestleMania matches I've ever fucking seen, right? Clash at the Castle. She fucking lost. Oh, did I say Money in the Bank? Right? This is a Clash at the Castle. She lost against the big chick. That was some bullshit. Bailey, to me, she wasn't entertaining. Like, I get it. She has like an aesthetic, I guess this is what they would say about John Cena, right? But she can't wrestle, bro. She really can't. Like, the big chick, she was literally doing the most and putting Bailey over. She don't need to do that, bro. If she's a better wrestler. Io Sky, same thing. Like, them Japanese girls, like the New Japan wrestlers, the chicks, the wrestlers that come from Japan are real fucking wrestlers, bro. They're not out here with they might not have the best promos or the look or the aesthetic or whatever the shit it is. These motherfuckers can wrestle, bro. And that's all I want to see. I want to see good matches, bro. I don't give a fuck if you're good on the mic and all that other shit. I want to see, like, can you fucking hit them with the 1-2s, bro? You know what I mean? Liv Morgan is, like, my favorite. She's my favorite wrestler, diva, or they don't call them divas anymore. Just female wrestler right now, because I think she can wrestle well. She's good on the mic. She has a nice aesthetic. I think she's sexy as fuck. She reminds me of, like, Mickie James, where she's like, you could tell, like, this bitch is fucking out there, you know what I mean? But she's sexy and we want to see her, you know what I mean? Like, shout out to Liv Morgan. I love the storylines, the thing with her and the Judgment Day, Damian Priest. He retained his title against Drew when he cashed it in, the Money in the Bank. CM Punk fucked him over. The Bloodline fucking match was awesome against Cody, Randy, and Kevin Owens. But that's another thing. Like, Solo, I feel like he got to come up with, like, better signature moves, or like 3 more. Like I was telling Naomi Santi, shout out to him. Like, Jacob Fatu was out here kicking ass, bruh. He's literally the backbone. Like, the Bloodline isn't the Bloodline without Jacob Fatu out here. You know what I mean? And Solo, they knocked the referee out at some point, and they hit Cody with the Samoan Spike, and it looked like the ref took too long to pin, to count, and it just looked like Cody could have kicked out. You literally see, like, all the fans were quiet when they seen that Cody had lost. And to me, I was like, wow, like, I knew the Bloodline was going to win. It was a good match. It was just a weak finish. The finish could have been way better. You know what I mean? And same thing with the Damian Priest match, because I want to say Drew hit him with that. It's the thing where I think it goes from a fireman carry to, like, you know, where they slam him, like, on the back and shit like that. And it looked like the ref, Damian didn't kick out. The ref counted 1, 2, and just stopped. Everyone was like, what the fuck? Like, this fool should have won. That's another thing, man. That's some crazy shit. And Triple H was on the conference. He was like, I don't want people, like, I know it's going to follow Damian in his whole career and shit. But that's why it's so important that everything is, like, seamless. Because now I'm forever going to be like, well, I'm a smart mark, as they say. I already know they planned it. Damian was supposed to kick out, but that's just, like, he was probably too tired or whatever the fuck. I don't know. To me, I understand, like, right? Like, the whole with the Bloodline shit, like, the ref probably thought his cue was later. That's why he didn't get up till later to count. Like, I understand some of these things. But people are gonna, like, just the way it looks. It looked like Damian should have lost, and Soul and the Bloodline should have lost. That's how it looks like. So I feel like, regardless though, I think Damian's still on. He can still do a lot more with the story. I think he's good. I think he's still good. The Bloodline shit, I think they're still strong, but I think they still need another pay-per-view, like a strong pay-per-view victory. Over Cody and whoever, or the rematch or whatever the fuck, but like a big pay-per-view, you know what I mean? Because this was not only Jacob's debut match, but, like, the new Bloodline match overall, like, together with Solo, Tonga Kid, and fucking Jacob. So I'm very excited. Hopefully they do War Games. They're probably going to do War Games. We'll see if Solo versus Cody for the belt is going to happen at SummerSlam. And I'm telling you guys, I want Solo to win right now. I want Solo to get more moves. I want him to win the title from Cody. I want Cody to do another, you know, where, like, he chases the belt again, because that's what it is. In my opinion, I don't think Cody's a John Cena type champion, in my opinion. I think John Cena was way more charismatic than Cody in his prime. I think he was a better, in some ways, a better wrestler, and just that he was, in my opinion, he was more entertaining to watch. John Cena wrestling in his prime versus Cody right now. I just think overall, I think John Cena was a better champion, so it made sense that they put the belt on him longer, or it was justified that he had all those title runs versus Cody. I think he's a better chaser. You know what I mean? I don't feel like he's a good title holder, and I could be wrong. Maybe Cody just needs to have the title more and figure out his whole identity and all that, or whatever it is, or figure it out. Because he's still new. Like, he's a new fucking champion. It's only been like 3 months. You know what I mean? He's new. So I'll shoot him some bail. Album of the week. Money, Power, Respect. The Locks. I've been listening to this album. The first time I heard it this week. It's a banging ass album. I can't remember what song I liked off the bat that I was getting jiggy with. But listening to it, I'm like fucking, like I can't listen to this shit because of fucking Diddy. I've been listening to We Are the Streets too, but maybe that'll be in a future album of the week. But let me listen to the song I like. If You Think I'm Jiggy. If you think I'm jig. Beats hard as a fuck, bro. I'll freestyle over this beat too. Hey, yo, Big Cervelli, lift your ass like a heli with the chopper. Ain't no stopping. Shout out Big Papa. Recipe. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like that one. Money, Power, Respect with Lil' Kim. That's a banger right there. Money, Power, Respect is the key to life. Like, yo, bro, that shit's hard as a fuck. Not to be fucked with is it? Yeah, man. This album's hard as fuck, bro. And it's crazy because I thought the first Locks, I don't know why I thought the first Locks album came out like in the early 2000s. This came out in 98, bro. That's crazy. This came out I don't know. I don't know specifically what date, but 98, bro. That's crazy. This album came out right around the time I was born, which is fucking crazy. Great album. I love the Locks, and it's a great album. So go out there and listen to it. Message of the day, man. I feel like I have messages already throughout my episodes and shit, but message of the day, man. How many messages of the day before I feel like I've already repeated so many things already. Let's see. Because I feel like I already said this. Don't let the way people's, don't let people's perception dictate the way you perceive yourself. Fuck, man. Message of the fucking day. I hate doing this shit, man, when I don't have it all sold up. You know what? Before we go to the message of the day, I have an unboxing. The first, or maybe it's not the first ever unboxing, but I got a big fucking box, right? And I got a knife, and I'm going to cut you. Because I've been waiting on this. I don't know if it just came out, but I've been waiting for this. And no, it's not another gun. Can't mail guns to your house. Come on, guys. Stupid. Damn, this shit is big. Pause. Wow. This is a big ass Funko Pop. This is Harpy's Pet Dragon. This is like one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like seeing Harpy's Pet Dragon and Yu-Gi-Oh was so fire to me. So the fact that it's just like, this shit's big, bro. Is this a mega? What size is this? This shit's big as a bitch, bro. This hoe is big as a fuck. Hard, bro. Hard as fuck. Message of the day, man. It's okay to be into nerdy shit. Yeah, that's a weak ass message of the day, but I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck if you think I'm a nerd. Like, literally, people will clown on me for wearing, like, these Velma ass glasses or whatever. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. Message of the day. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what people think. Don't care about what people think about you. You live your life, and if they don't like it, tell them, fuck you, your mom's a bitch. You dig? Because I never worry about what people think about me. You know what I mean? Heartpiece Pet Dragon. This is one of my favorite fucking Pokemon. Yu-Gi-Oh cards of all time, bruh. You know what I mean? I might watch Yu-Gi-Oh. I might watch the whole Yu-Gi-Oh shit again. I got like the first 3 or 4 fucking seasons on DVD. Yeah, man. Just message of the day. Don't worry about how people think about you. Because guess what? People's opinions don't matter. As a matter of fact, they're not real. People's opinions about you aren't real. They're not a fact. You can go and live your life the way you want to live it, and you should, man. So fuck all these people and just do what you love to do. This is the God's Hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wear the Prada, the devil like inside your box now.
While the angels fly over my headstone.